shit. Look at that thing. Is that a missile?
We now know exactly what happens after you die, and let's just say it's not what you think.
Hey guys, we're back today with a new video. Yep, you know how we do it. But before we jump into today's video, would you like to subscribe, like and comment and all that good jazz to help me boost my YouTube channel? And recommend it to friends and family if you think people might be genuinely interested in this kind of content, please. That being said though, let's just dive into it. Let's go. Let us go.
Okay, this is disturbing, but I'm going to show you what a real demonic possession looks like. And before I show you, I'm going to make one thing clear. Yes, this really is a pastor that millions trust.
Who do you think you are today? The more we learn about this covenant of God. What blood? The blood of this covenant. Yes, like Moses of old. Don't ever do it. Don't ever feel sorry for yourself. Don't ever do it.
Did you notice that little minor detail?
We learn about this covenant of God.
Did you see
To
it?
say he's meant to be a pastor, a word, a man of God. He looks one of the most demonic fuckers I've ever seen in my life.
See how hard it was for him to say covenant of God. Not to mention, look at those eyes. A lot of times you can tell from the eyes alone. It is sad to see souls like this completely committed to Satan and completely brainwashing those along with them.
Scary things hidden in photos.
Fuck that.
Just a normal photo. Who is she?
That looks
Just a
freaky.
family photo. Did you see the dark face?
Can't miss it.
Just a normal photo. Something is wrong. Just a normal room. Who is that? Just a normal photo. When you see it,
That's a stand, top of a tree.
just an old place. The face,
Where?
just a friend's photo. The nun, just a girl photo. See who is standing with her. Just a photo. Just a
Whoa,
photo.
grab on that.
Just a normal photo. Someone is coming to your home.
What for?
We now know exactly what
I'll tell
happens
the fuck
after
off.
you die, and let's just say it's not what you think. This is seriously some of the craziest shit I've ever heard in my entire life, so please buckle in. Before I get into it, let me preface, some of the stuff in this is documented, there is proof of it. Some of the other bits I'm not 100% sure of, so I'll explain as we go along. So first of all, you probably saw all the studies that came out a while ago. We do know what happens to our brain when we pass away. Research came out in the States when they monitored people before death and after. It showed when going into a cardiac arrest, our brain goes into like this dream-like state, which could be a number of things, processing your life, rewatching your memories, etc. But now this coming out, yeah. So there's been a lot of these videos coming out over the last day from people who have found all of this research. People finding it on Yandex, which is like the Russian equivalent to Google. Now what is crazy but 100% true and documented is that they, along with other people in the world, have been researching what happens to our brain when this happens. But what's interesting is this country's unique take on how they've been doing that reportedly. Essentially having volunteers' brains monitored while they're alive and when they're gone by putting something in there which they can then track the brain waves with.
I think that's one of the most biggest questions we can ask ourselves, isn't it? What happens after we're unalive? What happens after we've lived and it's our time? Obviously, I'm going to find out myself one day.
But it will make sense in a minute. A while ago, the news broke of this crazy discovery that the James Webb Telescope found Jade's GSZ-14. Millions and millions of light years away, you ain't going there anytime soon, but could potentially be habitable, who knows. Now, what apparently came out in these Russian documents yesterday said that man who passed away, they monitored his brain activity, and it showed after death the activity spiked, like we know before, living dreams or whatever it could be. It also reportedly showed he was here, in this other galaxy. I do not have a clue how the logistics of this work or how the hell they found this out. It does not sound very feasible to me, but there's been lots of people making videos on this online. Candidly, I couldn't find the research anywhere because it's all in Russian, but the amount of people that have been making videos on it saying that this document did genuinely come out and this happened this week It's quite interesting. But the one thing we do know for certain is that this research has been going on for years. We do know that brain activity spikes after you go, whether you're processing memories, re-watching parts of your life,
Might be
or
shock.
creating alternate realities that you could even be in right now.
Oh shit! Look at that thing. Is that a missile? Or is that a meteorite?
This is a clip going round, making the rounds at the
What the
moment. It looks
hell?
cool.
It's breaking apart.
I don't think it's a meteorite. Is it moving?
What the hell?
It doesn't
That's
look
up
like
in
it's...
the atmosphere is what that is.
Where's it gone? It don't look like it's moving, so...
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's aliens, but that's aliens.
Let's say I used to see something similar when at Vandenberg Air Force Base used to send rockets up. Yeah. That's kind of what it looked like when they were coming through the atmosphere. Those dots are getting further apart. That is freaking nuts.
A video found in the recent Epstein files dump shows Jeffrey sitting in front of a webcam. And in a doorway in the background, we see some sort of humanoid entity. It has a large bulbous head, and it's standing
like an
in the
alien.
doorway of a room. It's not a static figure, because as you can see, it moves toward the end of the video. It has a humanoid body, but a large bulbous head. The video is grainy, so it's hard to make out any other features, but some people claim to see large eyes as well. Could this entity be something similar to Lamb, who was summoned from a different sexual deviant in 19...
If it is an alien and it's there with that bastard, then there's a good chance it's a fucking wrong'un, just like him.
1918, one Aleister Crowley.
That. Freaky, man.
This is how I know Jim Carrey is allegedly gone, and this is why. I want you to take a look at when he spoke the truth and when I believe he paid the ultimate price for it.
I like Jim Carrey. What's she doing? He don't give a shit, Jim Carrey does he? I like him. My guy. You know what it is.
You don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the loop.
There we go. And the crowd thinks he's joking. That's why they're laughing along, but he's not. He's the one celebrity of only a handful of a few that's willing to call it out. And now in the news, now he looks completely different. They're saying they've got to him basically, which is sad because he's iconic. He's a legendary actor that I grew up watching. I'm sure most of you did as well. I think when I was a kid, we literally went to the cinemas every Sunday for like 3 months straight. I'll ask my dad, but yes, to watch The Mask when I was a kid.
And it is the all-mocking tongue. It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? Like, for years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh, and stuff like that, make you happy and docile, so you don't know what's really going on.
Yep.
You know, they get out there in the woods in a circle, they decide these things, and, you know, and look at him trying to, it's hilarious,
This was a skit he did on the Jimmy Kimmel Show in November 2014, and it had people like me standing up in our seats cheering because for the first time, the truth and what was going on was being recognized. And he did it perfectly. He did it in the form of humor and satire, so you couldn't quite tell what was going on, but it doesn't matter. He planted that seed in front of people of truth, and it has grown. He paid the ultimate price when this happened. This was his on and off girlfriend from 2012 to 2015, Catriona Wright. She was Irish, she was a makeup artist, and she was beautiful. They had a very volatile relationship where they would get together, they would have big arguments, and they would break up several times and then reconcile. However, September of 2015, Catriona passed away right after, once again, she and Jim had broken up. And allegedly, it was because she overdid it on substances. Jim Carrey was obviously devastated, heartbroken. He went to the funeral. In fact, he was a pallbearer, and he really struggled with it, which makes sense. Catriona's estranged husband and her mother even sued Jim Carrey in a series of lawsuits that were eventually dropped. However, many people think that her passing was not of her own doing. Many people think something actually happened to her, and part of it was because Jim Carrey was speaking way too much truth. This takes us to present day. He looks nothing like him.
That's what it looks like now.
In fact, if he were aging, he wouldn't be getting puffy. He would be getting more gaunt. Why would the man who talked about letting go of your ego suddenly be vain and be injecting himself full of things? Why would he change his eye color? Because of the times he did try to speak up and did try to speak truth, including the things that you get in your arm and whether or not they are or aren't a good thing, a lot of people think that he has been replaced or something has happened to him. But now things like this can't be hidden. What is in the dark
got different eye
must come
colours.
out into the light. And now there are too many of us that are hip to what's going on. We have actual confirmation in the files that these things are possible, and now we can't unsee it. So when we see what's going on with Jim, we immediately think, is that him? Or is there something else even going on that's worse? What do you guys think?
Stop scrolling for 1 minute. I seen this photograph a couple of years ago, and I've been struggling to comprehend what is going on in this image. We've got Tom Hanks is literally saying that he's not allowed to talk. He's also got a black eye on his left eye right here. And have a little look at what the clock behind them is made out of. It's like raw meat, like patties and sausages. And if you've been down the rabbit hole of looking at what Tom Hanks and this lady are all alleged to be involved in, then all of this would start to feel like a really eerie picture, for the simple fact of Tom Hanks is holding a piece of paper that claims he is not allowed to talk. Talk about what, Tom? Talk about what, guys? And why do you have a clock made of patties and sausages in the background? What type of meat?
You know what they say when they get a black eye? It's like a ritual, isn't it? So whether it looks like he's part of that Bohemian Grove nonsense, all that shit. I used to like Tom Hanks, but since I've looked more into it and seen that he looks to be part of, so if you're here, you're part of it, then his films, I don't watch them anymore.
Made out of?
Personally.
Does anybody know what the actual context behind this image is? Because I've never been told or found out what the context of this photograph is, so if you know, come and let me know in the comments.
You see, my surrogate mother was Viola Armstrong. She had a son named Neil.
Oh, really?
As you know, the story goes, he went down to Antarctica, had a heart attack, stroke combo, and came back, and then there was stuff on the internet, and I had to look at Bud and ask him, Bud, what happened down there, Bud? Bud did say one thing, and it just stuck in my head. It's the way he said it. He just said, we thought out things we shouldn't. And if Buzz saw something, I don't know what it was, but it was enough to give the man a heart attack. So if there are beings down there, I would think these beings never planned on us. They've been there, they came in millions of years ago, they've been under ice for millions of years. I don't think they were expecting us.
Let me add something about Buzz Aldrin, that there was this very cryptic tweet that came out during his stay down there. He said, "We have seen the faces of evil and we're all in danger." And this is right before he had his heart attack. And I can tell you, logistically, to do a medical evacuation from the interior of Antarctica is very difficult and very expensive. So something must have majorly gone wrong.
To underscore the fact that when the C-130 crew had dropped them off, they disappeared. And then when they went to try to find them, there was nothing at the National Science Foundation camp at all.
I remember when Buzz Aldrin posted that tweet. I remember it.
They were gone. A dozen totally gone.
Then half an hour later, it was removed,
up,
deleted.
They had been missing for a couple of weeks, and Brian S. and the C-130 flight crew were then sent back. And they were expecting that they would see this group of scientists out to meet their plane, doing this, yelling something. And he said they were lined up like birds on a wire. They were all kind of next to each other, and most of them had their heads down, looking at their feet when the C-130 was pulling up. And that somebody had to go from the flight crew over to the scientists and direct them to get onto the plane. And they talked about how not one single scientist said one word. Most of them walked with their looking down at the ground. Brian said when they got them loaded up, he said to his flight chief, "What in the world? Where have they been?" And the flight chief said, "I don't know, we can't get a word out of them." And during the flight, Brian went and sat down next to one of the scientists, and he said he leaned over and touched the scientist's knee, and the man never looked up. And he said, it was as if we were dealing with 12 or 15 people who had suffered post-traumatic shock syndrome, that they were unnaturally frozen in their position and no speaking, and that they all looked afraid. That one of the SEALs that I have talked to that is not in the video said that as they walked for a mile or 2 miles into these very strange created architectures, they reached a point where something started coming through the walls out into the air. At first it would go in and out of visibility, and then they realized that their minds were being manipulated, and then when they could see it clearly, and it was coming in and out like a television signal in the air, it appeared to be covered with scales, like an armadillo, the surface of an armadillo. And he said, when you are face to face with something like that, and you are trained in military to kill, but you're dealing with something you've never seen, and it can go in and out of visibility, and you know that your mind is being taken over by something that you're fighting. He said that happened in one of those corridors, and that was 2012.
So how long ago it was? Because like I says, I remember the tweet when Buzz Aldrin tweeted it. Something happened in America. I can't think what it was though, but something big happened. But anyway, what a fascinating story, and I believe it. There's some truth to it. Nobody can go there. It's under a peace treaty apparently, but yeah. There we have it, guys. That's another video done and dusted. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, could you please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to help me boost my YouTube channel, and recommend it to friends and family of people you think might be interested in this kind of content. And welcome new subscribers. It's piling up now, these subscribers, knocking on the door of 100 subscribers. Yes. Thank you guys, and welcome each and every one of you. That being said though, guys, I shall see you all in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.